All right, welcome to Art with Text for 6th grade. For this project, I'm going to be going over one video here to introduce the project to you so that you know what you're going to be doing and what you should do each day, and then your teacher can kind of roll through with you like that. So for this project, you are going to create a realistic piece of art working on creating value with text only, no shading or outlining. So here's an example of what it can look like. So you can see right here, the artist used only words, which we're calling text, to create the piece. So no shading with pen or pencil, no outlining things. It's all made up of words. Super awesome. It's a really cool look. So I hope you're really excited. For this project, you're going to use pen and ink. So you're going to use everything with pencil first, sketch it out. You can write big words in pencil first, whatever you need to. You can use a Sharpie, but a regular pen works really well too. That's typically what I use when I do this. Your size of your paper will be 9 by 12 or bigger or smaller based on what your teacher thinks. When you're looking for pictures for this project, make sure you look for one that has high contrast, which means lots of areas of really dark or really light, not lots of those medium values of darkness because they're a little bit harder. The artist you're going to study is BK. He does some really cool work. He doesn't do art with text, but he does some really cool pieces with emotion and words. So I thought he'd be a really cool artist to study. His website's here and your teacher can show you his work. And there's also more at the bottom for you to do together. Your rubric is here, and this is going to make more sense after we go through the project. So let's jump right into day one, which is today. So for class one, you're going to brainstorm and do your sketches. So the writing is here, but let's look at this paper together. So if you take out your sketchbook or your notebook, whatever you have for art to keep yourself organized, you can just break it down into 4 sections. It doesn't have to be perfect. In one section, you're going to brainstorm ideas. So you're going to think about what you want to do for the project. It can be an animal, a person. I would probably suggest not doing a landscape with the words. It kind of gets a little jumbled. Objects, animals, people work really well for this project. So you're going to think of some ideas and then circle the one that you're going to do for your project. Then you're going to come up with 20 words that you use to actually write and create your piece. So for example, if you're doing, let's say you do Michael Jordan. That's the idea that you're going to do. Okay, if you do Michael Jordan, some of the words might be things like MVP, Chicago Bulls, his name, Michael Jordan, Nike. You could write things like that. So get 20 words listed, and those will be the words you use to create the project. Make sure they relate to what you did over here. Then you're going to do 2 sketches. So if you picked Michael Jordan, you're going to draw him here and draw him here. So I want you to pick the same picture of him that you find that's really zoomed in that you want to do. Maybe this one you zoom in even further. Maybe you just get like his eyes, nose, mouth. And maybe this one you zoom out so you kind of get his shoulders, his eyes, nose, and mouth. But it would be the same image. And this is just you practicing for your final piece. In class 2, you're going to practice with the media. So you're going to do a value scale and a sphere. So the first thing you're going to do in your sketchbook or notebook is copy this down right here. So you're going to create a value scale. And teachers, you can pause and allow your students to create this here. You're going to draw just a big rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you're going to divide it into 8 sections. And then you're going to draw a circle with a shadow, and this is what we're going to do the text with, and then you're just going to jot down some words that you'll use as practice for today. You're doing all this with pencil. Then with your pen, and you can do this with pencil too if you don't have the pens out yet or you didn't bring a pen or whatever the situation is. Pen works better though. You're going to do your value scale first. So your value scale is the range of light to dark. So we want to go from white to black. Okay, and see, it's a gradual change where you have big words that are farther apart to create light values, and you have lots of small words that overlap and are very close together for dark values. So I have my list of practice words here, and I just started writing them. Writing, and I made sure they were small and close together, and I overlapped the words to create a darker value. Here, I wrote lots of words small, but didn't overlap as much. In value 6, I did words with no overlap. In this one, the words are getting a little bigger, bigger, and then this one, there's only 2 words to fill up that whole space. So remember, start with your dark value, number 8. Lots of words, small words, close together, and overlap. In these bigger sections of lighter value, you want to have bigger words and make sure they're farther apart so that we can see more of the light value. Now, for your sphere, you can basically take this 8 value and put it in your shadow. In this one, you can see I contoured, which means they're going with the outline of the sphere. I made sure the words contoured with the sphere. Okay, so if my light was coming from here, there's my highlight, which would be the 1 value. And in here, I started with small words close together and overlapped. The words got bigger and bigger as I go up. And in the big sections, you want to think about what words you want to add that are going to be really important. So if I was doing Michael Jordan, I would want to put like maybe Michael Jordan right here. That's an important word that you'd be able to read, because a lot of them you're not actually going to be able to read, which is fine. It's just help creating the style of the piece. Okay, so you'll do your value scale first and then your sphere. And I'm going to give you some tips right here that I wrote right down here, and you can write in your sketchbook as well. Start with the darker areas. It's a lot easier to see. Use pencil first and don't outline. Notice with the circle I drew it in pencil, but then I would erase my pencil lines. There's going to be no pencil left when you get done. It's only going to be pen. Let's see. Small words close together are dark values. Big words farther apart are light values. The value number 1 should remain white for highlight, so don't put anything in there. Any pen will work. Literally any pen is fine. Try not to mix up colors because that can kind of be weird sometimes, but any pen is perfectly fine. I just used a random pen that I had laying around here for these. It's perfectly fine. Use the same font. So you can use your own handwriting. You don't have to create a font. But if you're going to do that, make sure you do either like lowercase letters, all caps, or cursive. Whatever your writing is, just keep it consistent throughout the piece so it looks cohesive and doesn't look different. All right, class 3. You are going to sketch out your final piece. So you're going to look at the sketch you did best and your actual reference photo and lightly sketch it out. This is going to sound super corny, and I know you've heard me say it before, but remember to draw light until you get it right, okay? You can always erase. As long as you can see it, it's dark enough, okay? Keep it light, light, light. So this day, if you get done mapping, you're like, yeah, this is awesome, I love it, perfect. Make sure you check with your teacher first and make sure you get a second opinion, even from the people in your class, so there's not something that you could change before you start adding pen. But you can start adding words. I would suggest doing them in pencil first so you kind of get the hang of it on your actual piece, and then jump in with pen. All right, for class 4, you're going to be adding words. Again, you can start with pencil first. It can be erased, pen can't, especially when you're going to do those big areas with those big words that people are actually going to be able to read. Try it with pencil first. If you don't like it, erase it. If you love it, add pen. Easy. All right, class 5 is your self-evaluation. This is where you're going to go over the rubric, and you're going to write this in your sketchbook with your 2-sentence summary. I'm going to let you guys do this as a class since you've done this twice before. Your teacher can lead you through this step today. When you get done with your self-evaluation, remember to continue working on your final piece. Hopefully you'll be at least adding pen today as you feel comfortable. All right, class 6 and beyond. Make sure you glance at the rubric before you start class, before you start inking, so you make sure you know what's expected, how you're going to be graded, and things like that. Continue working until it's done. Once you finish, sign the piece in the bottom right-hand corner with a year, and then turn it in however your teacher has decided this process will take place. If you finish early, I have a little challenge here for you to look at, so you can keep creating art since you're in art class, of course. Here are some good quality examples that your teacher can click on one by one and look over with you. I added some notes to help you pick out some things in each piece that the artist did very well. All right, these down here are really good examples of placing bigger words where you can read them, that contour, meaning curve with the subject matter. So like this person's hair, the other words contour and curve with the hair. Same thing, the zebra was really cool. And again, they just drew these with pencil first and then added the words inside them. So you can draw the stripes with pencil and then just add the words inside the stripes. That's what's going to make it easier. But when you're done, you erase your pencil lines so you don't see any pencil and you just see the pen. Cool. All right, this section is all about BK, the artist that you're going to be discussing. So you guys can definitely look at this, his website, and your teacher can go over these pieces with you. These are 3 pieces that I selected of his work that I thought would be really cool for you to see, to actually be able to see a meaning behind the piece. So it says, "Keep your coins, I want change." So you want to think about what that actually means. And your teacher can kind of talk to you about these 3 pieces. And this one, you can kind of go over those things together to kind of think about a deeper meaning. Oh, right. I'm super excited for this. I've done this with projects with students before and they've always loved it. So I know you'll love it. Again, you're creating with words only, no outlining. Notice nobody took a pen and just outlined his face, or it would look like a cartoon no matter how well you added the words. Make sure you add lots of words close together for dark values, less words farther apart for light values. Make sure you also leave some white areas, which are your highlights. Only words, only words, only words. Okay? I'm super excited to see what you create and what you turn in. Good luck. Go ahead and get started.